Billy from DM Sound. Today we've got the sound system demo on the 2024 Dodge Dart and its 6-speaker bass audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, and speaker locations. Then we're going to continue on the road here and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And I suggest listening with headphones so you can hear exactly what I hear in the driver's seat. Now, those of you who watch the channel regularly will know that this is not a conventional start to one of our sound tests. And that is because at the last minute this morning, I had to hop in a rental car and drive from Michigan down to Knoxville, Tennessee. And this is the rental car I was given. It is a Dodge Hornet RT, so we got or GT. Whatever one has the plug-in hybrid. I've done no research on the car. I haven't had a Hornet for a standard 1-week loaner because, to be quite honest with you, I'm really not that interested in the Dodge Hornet. But sometimes life puts you in a Dodge. So today we're going to review the sound system, and I'm just going to kind of continue on here. I gotta make good time getting down. I'm already late as it is, so we're not really doing much in terms of conventional shooting on this car. But I figured I'd give you the opportunity to hear the sound system and for me to test it out as well. So, if you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. I am going to try to do a little bit of a road trip review on it, kind of just a general overview of the car. So you can find that in the link below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed wave files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults. So let's take a look at those now. Taking a look at the unknown size infotainment screen here. It does seem to work pretty well, though. It's a newer type of system that we're seeing on Alfa Romeos, this new Dodge Dart, or Hornet, obviously, and then kind of not too far off the other Stellantis vehicles as well. Once I safely make it over to this lane and set our lane assist again, we will hop into the media settings. You can see I'm on the media screen right now. We'll actually slow this down to about 80. Some of you are going to be, oh, why are you going so fast and doing this? I told you, I'm late. I got to get there. I've been driving all day. Up here in audio settings, we are greeted with adjustments for front, rear, left, right, balance, and fader. And then moving down, we have a 3-band equalizer for bass, mid-range, and treble. So let's go through those. You have an adjustment for speed adjusted volume. As you get going faster in the car, the volume of the music will pick up to make up for road, wind, and tire noise. And that is it for audio adjustments. For audio controls here in the Hornet, you have a volume knob down here. It's got a little bit of a graded sort of texture to it. You also have volume buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you don't have any sort of physical track controls, so anything you want to do in the center for track adjustment is going to have to be done through the touchscreen. But you are able to go through tracks with this up and down roller switch here on the steering wheel. Now, do keep in mind that up and down roller switch is also used to toggle through the screens on the multifunction gauge cluster display in front of you, but that's only done when you press this little toggle button here. But there is a little bit of what do they call that when there's two functions can be done kind of the same thing, so you can't really build up a muscle memory very easily. For audio inputs in the Hornet, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. Let's take a quick look for HD radio support. I'm not seeing HD radio coming up as we're listening to some of these FM stations, but I'll put below for sure if HD radio is supported. Then you've got support for wireless and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got a USB-A port and a USB-C port up there, both for data, and Bluetooth streaming support. And that is it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, we don't have any sort of streaming services built in here, no Pandora or Amazon Music or anything like that. But like I said, you got the wireless CarPlay and Android Auto for that, and you don't have any 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 6-speaker system, pretty straightforward. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door, kind of mid-ranger woofer there, 1, tweeter up top 2, woofer and tweeter on 3, 4 on the other side, and in the back we've got door woofers 5 and 6. Now I should say there's also a 14-speaker Harman Kardon system that you can get. I believe you can step up to the Plus model. Alright, before we continue on with our tracks, let's go into Browse and test out the 5.1 capabilities of the system. I'm not expecting we're going to have any 5.1 support, but I've been surprised before.
Welcome to the Immersive Audio Album Channel Configuration Test. Left. Center. Right. Left surround. Right surround. LFE. The Immersive Audio Album Channel Configuration Test.
Alright, so it doesn't seem like we have any 5.1, but at least it's downmixed properly to a full 2-channel stereo. And I should point out that this looks like it would be a speaker up there. There's a grill and a little hole, but that's probably just for the 14 speakers. We've got no speaker in there on this one. Alright, let's get into the normal music. that they really boosted up the bass coming out of these door woofers, and then a bit of the tweeter sound as well, the treble. But it's not that it's coming through too harsh into my ears or anything. It's just kind of funny. Certain elements of your music are so exaggerated trying to make them sound decent from the system. But the power is actually not that disappointing for a 6-speaker system. But for this next track, we'll turn the bass all the way up and see what happens. Good bit of distortion there. Getting shakage in the mirror up here. Some in the doors as well. And in my seat. But a lot of sloppiness in there also. Up my thoughts on the 6-speaker sound system here in the Dodge Hornet. For a bass sound system, it's not the worst I've heard. It actually has two big advantages going for it. One, this car is actually remarkably quiet inside. I know we've been driving faster than a normal sound test, but take a listen here. It's pretty darn quiet. There's a little bit of wind noise, but we're going into a headwind, and for road noise, it's very good. So that helps the music sound better. Also, yes, the bass response of these speakers is tuned up more than it should be in kind of a nice balance. But a lot of people do listen to simpler sort of pop type music, and kind of your main things they are just bass and treble. So I understand why for a simpler system they went with this sort of speaker setup and this sort of tuning. Despite all that, I know this isn't a particularly cheap car that we're driving right now, and for this price point, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm gonna do a build configurator when I'm at home and get an idea of basically what we're in. It's coming in at a high D tier. If this were maybe like a $25,000 car, then yeah, it might sneak into C, but for this type of vehicle, D+, you can still listen to most of your songs, you're just not really gonna enjoy them all that much. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Hornet, check the link below. We'll try to get into the 14-speaker Harman Kardon here at some point, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.